What up, what up, what up, what up, what up to another edition of the one and only Honest Asshole. Some would say it's the best podcast in the Inland Empire, and I would agree. And especially since we got a lot of things going on, you feel me? So, again, I want to thank you for rocking with the Messiah, Mr. Vega. I'm always holding it down, you feel me? Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us. My bro Mizzle, my bro Nut. Lala, Sasha, what up? And I want to give a special B-Day shout out to Miss Whitney. She couldn't be here tonight because she out celebrating as she should. As she should. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like, me personally, I feel like your birthdays should be, you should treat the motherfuckers like they holidays because it's, you're celebrating your life. So again, shout out to Whitney holding it down, you feel me? Shout out to Eugene O'Neill. Bro's birthday is coming up because it's cancer season, unfortunately. But at the same time, I love my cancers. Speaking of cancers, oh man, I gotta give her the proper introduction because we've been on this show for 3 years together, and I don't think we ever did a segment where it is just me and her. The one and only Miss Juicy, Juice.
Hey.
What's
Yes, I
good?
think this is our first time. So thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, speaking of thanks, girl, I just want to thank you again for rocking with the show. You've been holding it down. You're on one of the favorites of the show. Yeah, I remember when you started off kind of rocky, you had some haters at the beginning. You definitely had some haters at the beginning. But when you came through and you've been knocking it out the park, you know what I'm saying? So thank you
Yeah.
again for rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
whole squad. So just to give everybody an insight out there, what's finna happen with the Honest Asshole podcast. We're about to turn it up.
Yes.
The virtuals are cool, but we going on 4 years since the pandemic is been over. So it's time to get that energy in person, and we got y'all. I promise you. Every time I say something, I stand and I deliver.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee the in sections is coming in. Shout out to Politic Radio, Politic Broadcasting. My guy Dank Sinatra, one of the most illest engineers out here in the IE If you need your work done, holla at bro because his
Okay.
work is worth it. And drop them dollars on bro because he's worth it, man. Shout out to Dank Sinatra. You feel me?
Mm. Okay, Dank.
So first and foremost, Juice. Before we get into the subject, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
ask you. You've been rocking the curly jump off for a cool little minute. Like
Yes.
like. So I just gotta ask you: is this like part of the evolution of Juice?
Many years ago I cut off all my hair because I was like, it's just hair. And so I haven't had my hair grow back on the sides for years. And the top I let grow, but just one day I was like, let me go back to my little curly look. And my man was like, "Ooh, I like that. It's more, that natural look. I like that." So
Yes.
that's all he had to say. And so here I am, still rocking it because that's what he liked, And I look
Hey,
cute anyways, what I'm saying?
hey, shout out to the natural women of the world: natural asses, natural titties, natural hair, all that. Because I'm fortunately for me, I'm still one of the last brothers out here that love natural everything. I don't even like makeup, but whatever. I
I
understand
mean, it's
what
easy,
y'all gotta
what I'm
do.
saying? Messy look, just, you know, going about my day.
I feel it. I feel it. So, with that being said, girl, let's get up in this little segment of ours.
Okay.
Just me and you always. We never really, we gonna give them some good things
Mm-hmm.
tonight. So, the episode: what are things that cannot be forgiven? Mm. Let that sink in real quick because that is a topic that I just like literally came up with 24 hours ago because I feel like this is a topic that definitely could be discussed on all levels. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to forgiveness, you know, some people automatically just go into the religious tip. You know, they go off of the Bible sayings of
Mm.
forgiveness should be, you should forgive thou, whatever. But it always goes to that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be religion. So
Right.
let's get the understanding of unforgiveness. You know, unforgiveness is when someone is unable or unwilling to forgive another person for breaking their trust, upsetting them, or betraying them. It can be difficult to forgive someone who has treated you cruelly and viciously, especially
Mm.
if they are a family member.
Ooh, hello.
Mm. Some
Come again?
situations, some situations where it may be okay not to forgive someone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So, Jules, now you are no stranger of forgiveness when it comes to, you know, you've been married, you've been in relationships, you had
Mm-hmm.
situationships, you had friendships, you know, and
Situationship.
I'm pretty sure that you've experienced all levels of, you know, forgiveness and giving people chances, whatever you want to call it. So
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask you, when it comes to someone breaking your trust, do you feel like you've experienced that experience? Do you feel like you experienced that from more family members, friends, or lovers? It's three of those. So just you can, it could be all three. It could be one more than the other. Hell, you can even tell all three. But I have to put those three out there because those are the
Mm-hmm.
three factors when it comes to forgiveness or forgiving someone. Because you know you have friends and you have a family member. It could be a sibling or a cousin, uncle,
Right.
auntie, mother, whatever, and it could be a lover. You know, it could be one of your past
Mm-hmm.
relationships, be current relationships. You know, forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? So, in your own words, you know, give the world, you know, an experience story, I guess, or just break it down to all three of them of what you experienced.
Hey, okay, let's get it. But before I start, let me just say, happy birthday, Sasha, and happy birthday with, my fellow Cancerans. You know what I'm saying? We in here, okay? I'm holding it down for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm 8 more days, and then we got Gene. You know what I mean? Vince ain't. He just mad. He love all of us, and he got to live with us. So,
Mm,
but with that being said, honestly, I think I've been betrayed more and hurt more by my family members first. And then I'm gonna go with friend, and then I'm not even gonna go with lover. I'm gonna go with employees.
mm,
I'm not gonna yeah, my employees per se, not so much my coworkers, but people that I lead, and they report to me. So those would be my three right there. So betrayal is forgiving is big. Let's just say that. And I think it takes a big person to forgive. And some things can't be forgiven, but I'm not judge, juror, or executioner. So I may forgive and we never have to speak again. I'm not gonna forget it, but just because I forgive you don't mean we're gonna be buddy buddy. A prime example, I'm friends with somebody to this day, Vince, but you could clearly see it's not the same it was back in the day.
man.
You know, we don't hang out like that, but I forgave you, I forgive you. I just can't rock with you heavy like that.
And I gotta ask you just real quick, just to and before I let you continue, you know, and you may not forget, especially when you've forgiven that person more than one time, especially when it
Mm.
comes to the same fucking shit.
Over and over, yeah. It gets tiring, you know what I'm saying? It's like a broken record, and who wants to keep going through that process? And then I can't get with the ones who makes a big uproar and puts you out on the main stage and does all these things and then wants to quietly apologize. No, I need you to give me that same energy. You put me out
Mm.
there in the public eye, I need you to apologize in the public eye. And those are the ones who feel like they got to do it quietly. I can't respect you on that level. You know what I mean? Like, it's just I don't know, people nowadays, people are just weird. They expect you to, come after them and chase them down when they're in the wrong. I'm not doing that. I'm getting too old for that. And as a Cancer, we love hard and we're very strong people. And as many people may think that, oh, we're emotional and we weak, but when you
Mm.
see those emotions and you see those weakness, then we're out for blood because that is something that's triggering us to make us that upset where we got to shed a tear. It's not because we cry babies. We hurting and we gonna make sure you feel it. And I think that's a misconception with us cancers. But I'm telling you now, like I think I forgave so much back then, like 10 years ago. I'm not even gonna say 10. I'm gonna say like 3 years ago.
Well,
Now I'm
let's
on.
clean
I'm gonna
that
keep it
shit
real.
up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not so quick to be like, hey, you know what, my bad. Or even if I know they were in the wrong, I'm extend the olive branch. I didn't send so many olive branches. I done made a whole tree.
Mm.
I'm just not doing it no more. I'm not. So again, I can forgive you because I want to make sure that, God forbid, when it's your time to go or mine, that I'm going with a clean slate. There was no hate in my heart for anyone because I forgave everybody because life is too short. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna have to fuck with you. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? So I'm just not doing it. I got family members I don't even talk to. So the next person, friends, co-workers, employees, you on the same. If I don't talk to no family member, I'm definitely not gonna worry and lose sleep at night for you at all. So yeah, it's something. There's a lot of things you can forgive, but I think it just depends on people's maturity. I think forgiveness comes with that numerical number and that mental stability one has.
Now, I gotta ask you because it's only right. Now, when you experience that, you know, not forgiving someone, especially when it comes to a family member, because I'm going through the same thing. It's like I
Right.
have a family member that I'm not talking to, and it's a sibling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It hurts my heart that we're not talking because a person doesn't. I think that hurts even more. It's like you don't want to swallow your pride. You would rather go without talking to me, like rather just cut me off
Mhm.
instead of swallowing your pride and admitting that you were wrong.
Right. Right. They out
Now,
there.
and like don't get it twisted. Like we are at an age where we don't have to fucking talk every day. We don't even have to
No.
go to every. We don't even have to go to every family function together. But it would be nice to know that I can call you on a holiday and wish you this, wish you this, or call you on your birthday and wish you on this. Like
Absolutely.
it would be nice to have that type of relationship. But it's
Right.
like, and then, and here's the thing with me, man. Like, I'm pretty sure you can vouch for me on this. Like, if I call you, if I go hard for the people I love.
Hello.
Like I grind hard. I go hard for the people I love. My therapist was telling me sometimes it's not always a good thing to put people before yourself. It's not like
Right.
you're being selfish, but it's just like you develop a mentality where you're not going to be okay with yourself if you feel like you didn't at least try
Absolutely.
to be the bigger person in a situation. But
Right.
see, here's the fucking thing. I get tired of being that fucking person. I
The
get
bigger
tired
person.
of being the bigger person, especially when I know I'm not the one in the fucking wrong. So I feel like
Oh,
it's easier. It's easier for me to just, you know what? I just won't say nothing to you.
right. I
I
hear
won't
you.
talk.
I feel
But
you.
see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Just because I'm not talking to you, or just because you're not talking to me, nevertheless, that doesn't mean like I'm still not gonna worry about you. I'm still not gonna ask. Like I said, I come from a family. I have 4 siblings. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I have 3 brothers, and a sister I grew up with. Same mamas and daddies. So
Mhm.
I can. It's not like I'm not hearing from you from the other siblings. I'm just knowing that you're doing good, and then if I send a message saying that, and I'm glad he's doing good, man. I wish him the best. I know it's gonna get back to you.
Good. Good.
But see,
And that's
that's the thing. That's the thing. That's just a part of me being a bigger person. But that's not necessarily me saying I forgive you for what the fuck you said to me. But it's just I can't forget. But at the same time, it's just certain things that I can't forgive unless you are willing to swallow your pride and apologize. And that may be a downfall or not. But I know that's the type of time I'm on right now.
you know what? I can't fully disagree with you, Vince, but I'm gonna tell you right now, like those who know you have a big heart. And people who know me know the same. But here's the problem with people with big hearts. we swallow our pride a lot, and like I say, we extend that olive branch a lot. 9 times out of 10, even when we know we're not in the wrong, we know we damn sure truly are not in the wrong, and we still reach out and be like, you know what? Hey, let's just, forget about that. Let's just move on, da da da. But with that being said, I feel like I've done it so much where I have lost myself in the process of doing that. I
Exactly.
have bent over backwards and lost myself because I'm always like, I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. It's too much energy in that bullshit. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's a headache. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to deal with that. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the bickering. I'm tired of he said, she said. And it's funny that we have this because I just made a post today. It's like people always have a narrative or are always want to tell the story when they only know a quarter of the piece. Like, it just bugs me how people just run off with bullshit, and then they wanna throw it back at you talking about, "Oh, they're playing victim now." Nobody's playing victim. People just tired of having to defend lies. I'm not gonna keep defending lies. So if you put it out there, I'm at the point like, what you heard is what you heard. Keep hearing it.
The thing is about that, people run with who's popular or who has the most to say.
The
That's
majority.
another thing I've learned. It's like I know how certain people are moving after that situation we went through earlier this year. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
A lot of people moving different now, but it's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna bend over backwards to try to show you that I'm still this solid stand up guy that's never switched up on you?
Right.
No. If you can't see that, then you're not meant to be here with me. You're not meant to.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. And here's the thing though. I don't know if that's always a good or bad thing. But I asked myself that. But then it goes back to the answer. Like, but I have no problem admitting that I'm wrong.
Mhm.
That's the thing where I'm at in my life. Man, I'm 39 years old, man. It's my last year till I'm 40. I have no problem admitting my flaws and admitting when I'm wrong. I've apologized for plenty of shit. I took accountability for certain friends that I'm not as cool with anymore
Mhm.
because of something that I've done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not responsible for the outcome. I'm not asking for you for your forgiveness. Just like I'm not gonna ask for the forgiveness on certain shit that you've done. We just gotta. I'm at a point where if it's not dictating how much money I make or the progress of what I'm trying to do with my career and my life,
Mhm. Mhm.
I can give two shits.
Right.
And that's what people. I feel like that's another. That'd be one of the main problems when it comes to being forgiving. A lot of that shit has to do with motherfuckers that's first of all, a lot of them have PTSD and used to a lot of shit to where they only see certain things one way and they just refuse to look out of that shit. And then
Right.
you got certain people that have been either physical abused, emotionally abused, um, suffered somebody who cheated on them. These are all different types of scenarios of that can lead to certain things that can't be forgiven. Prime example. Let me ask you this: do you feel like boundaries violation is something that can be forgiven?
Personally, I don't know because I don't know. I feel like that's a toss up for me because I'm really dealing with that right now with the ex friend of mine. This ex friend went to high school with my cousin, and that's how I met her. But they weren't like buddy buddy. They weren't calling each other's best friends. So we linked up, and our friendship just went, skyrocketed. And we were like, Mutt and Jeff. We were together every day and hanging out and doing our thing. And this family BS come through, and you seen some things. You even know, it was like, hey, Juice, you see this, and people on the outside seeing it, so they know something's off. But when you kikiing and ha-haing about me on a family member's post that is clearly about me, I have a problem with that. I feel like you're crossing those boundaries now. Now you're hanging out with family members I don't fuck with all of a sudden without me. So I feel like at this point people are overstepping their boundaries, but then trying to flip it back on me, making me look like I'm the bad person. Like I did something wrong. You know what I mean? And so boundaries, I find that very weird. I feel like if you're an outsider and you're stepping over your boundaries when you're dealing with people and family, at the end of the day, sometimes you might just want to watch yourself because you're going to be the one left out looking stupid. when these family members come together and be like, you know what, my bad, whatever the case may be. And then we start talking about you, and you're gonna be like, yeah, that bitch was kind of foul, huh? Now you looked at it a certain way. So people gotta know, like, you can't, boundaries are important. You can't overstep it. You can't overstep it when it comes to work. You can't overstep it with your spouse. Like, it's hella important. And I've been broken before. I was in a relationship that was very abusive, mentally and physically. I shared that plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? It took a while for me to regroup and gather myself together. And I'm not gonna lie, we know as women, it's hard for us to accept accountability and apologize. You know what I'm saying? We all know women don't like to apologize. So
Like
here
that
I
is
am going
fucking
through,
true.
yes, here I am going. I'm 8 days from my 45th birthday. And I think I really started standing up and apologizing, like, you know what? My fault. I did that. And taking the accountability of the shit I did instead of trying to brush it onto the next person about maybe a good 3 years ago. I'm telling you, 3 years ago, I don't know what it was that switched, you know? So 3 years ago, we're talking about what, 42? That's sad. That's sad that I didn't want to apologize for my wrongs. And it took me until be 42 to do so. And here I am. That's crazy, you know?
Yeah,
But I
man.
mean, hey, but what you were saying, Vince, about if it's not affecting you and what you do, that's my favorite saying in the world. Like, what you eat don't make me shit. So whatever you doing and whatever you saying are having people gang up and rah-rah against me is not doing nothing for me because I'm still gonna live my life. You're not paying shit over here. So I feel you on that.
So, so it's safe to say when it comes to something like that, that shit cannot be forgiven.
Again, I don't want to leave this world with a heart where I didn't express myself or let people know, hey, I forgive you. But then it's also like I've heard, like, when I say, yeah, I can forgive her, then it's like, oh yeah, that bitch know better. She better come correct. It's like when you forgive somebody, don't try to play them for like a pussy. I don't like that. You know what I mean? And people get that. They get that and they do that nowadays. Like, so when is apologizing being a simp? That's weird. Like, people are weird nowadays. That's why I don't fuck with people. They're just weird.
So, yeah, people are fucking weird. But since we got a few minutes left for the segment, I just got to ask you real quick. Do you feel that cheating can be forgiven? Like, do you feel like different forms of cheating can be forgiven? Like, let me just specify that a little bit, because we all know there are different forms of cheating, but
Absolutely.
there's just certain things, there's just certain things that women don't forgive. I'm a victim of, you know, I don't know, not cheating, but I guess, like, finding pictures that you shouldn't have that you shouldn't have
Yeah.
found.
Hmm.
That's a form of cheating. But see, here's the thing: you have to work hard for what you want or what you got and to where, like, this is a misunderstanding, and it's really that, but it really just depends on the person because there are some people that just won't forgive shit like that. So
You're
that's
right.
why I ask you, like, do you feel that cheating is do you feel like cheating can be forgiven, or certain forms of cheating can be?
I'm gonna try to speed this up because I know we're on a limited time. And I feel like I didn't went through all forms of cheating with one person. And I'm just gonna say this. Um, I forgave the emotional cheating where I feel like you emotionally gave yourself to somebody. I forgave the first time I found out you cheated physically and mentally. Um, but one time, okay, shit happens. It's an accident. I get it. But when you continue to do it over and over and over, then I'm not gonna forgive you. At this point, you're doing it because I'm allowing you to do it. So it's my time to exit stage left. But one thing I can say, when I did forgive the first time, I never brought it up again. Because if I'm forgiving you, then I can't bring that back to the fold and be like, oh, so you leaving it because you got to go fuck with Keisha? No, I never brought that shit back up. If I'm forgiving you, I'm forgiving you. It's done. But then when you start showing signs of what you was doing before, after I've already forgiven you, then it's a wrap. I'll give you one opportunity. And after that, you're not showing me that you forgive yourself. You're not showing me that you're trying to uh take the additional or the second chance I'm giving you to run with it. No, you still decide you want to fuck up. So at this point, you don't care or forgive for yourself or care how you manage your life. So why should I? So yeah, the first time I forgave, after that, I didn't forgive. I was over it.
I
Over
guess
it.
for me, I guess because I never, as far as I know, I haven't been cheated on since high school. So,
Mhm.
because she blatant came out and told me, but I forgave her like two times. But
And
I
she did
think
it
it just
again.
yeah. And the
See,
thing is, but see, here's the thing. You got to understand my mentality versus my high school mentality. Here
hmm
I am. She was attractive. She had body. I'm fit. I'm 16. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking like I'm insecure. I'm thinking like this is the only person. This is the closest I'm gonna get to a cute high school sweetheart. So I should really keep this on lock. But that second time, it was with a friend, and I was like,
Oh,
but see that right there knew off the rip that okay, the older I'm getting, I already know I'm not going to tolerate no cheating shit, and which I don't. So as far as I know, all the relationships I've been in, I haven't been cheated on. If I find out some shit years later, that's a different story. But I've never, as far as I know, I've never been cheated on.
right.
So I
I
will,
mean,
but I will. You said what?
I'm saying you're right. At this point, at this stage, I'm not accepting what I accepted 10 years ago. So if
Yeah,
my nigga played that now, yeah, no, I can't. I'm going backwards. We getting
yeah,
like, at what age do you stop playing games?
facts. So
Real quick, Vince, before you finish, I have an employee who slept with his brother, slept with his pregnant girlfriend at the time. When he was pregnant, she was pregnant with his child. And to this day, it's been about 10, 11 years, and he will not speak to his brother. I said, it's been a long time. Do you think you can just, mend that? And he says, every time I see a picture or my family, like he's coming over, he's like, I'm just gonna beat that nigga ass. So if he comes, it's gonna be a problem. I'm telling you right now. And he lives with that. He said, I could be 80 years of age and I'm still gonna want to attack him.
wait, hold
I
on.
don't know if
Is
that's
he still with the girl that she cheated
no,
on him with?
no,
Oh,
that's his baby mama. He not with her, but it just irritates his soul. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of a hard situation. But I'm all about trying to mend people, but I guess some things you just can't forgive. And I guess that's one. Your sibling smashed your girl
yeah,
while pregnant with your child.
that is the fucking craziest shit. That is like I think that's on some Duck and JT shit from Five Heartbeats.
Man,
And that was just a
right.
movie. In real life, man, that niggas wouldn't have forgave nobody for no shit like that. Come
I
on, man.
apparently not, because it's been over 10 years, and he's like, no.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's just certain things that you just can't get back from. So that's why I say it's just certain forms of, I guess it just depends on the individual when it comes to forgiving
Right.
cheating. So this is the part of the show, since we about to get ready to wind it down. This is the part where I ask you the question, have a little fun, it's just something different. So
Okay.
you said you was going to be, what, 45?
45.
45. Okay, so I got to ask you this. Out of your 45 years of being on this earth,
hmm
if there was what is that one thing that you've done? It could be any time of your life. What is that one thing that you've done that you wish that you could be forgiven for?
Um, honestly, and I hate to say this because I'm just saying it because it caused a lot of friction in my family. I stood on the truth one day, and I actually showed up to a court hearing to stand on the truth, and it just tormented my entire family. So if that's anything I want to be forgiven for, it'd be that. Because I haven't done nothing really bad in my life to where it's like people want to hate me. They just hate me just because. But that would be the only thing I would actually want to be forgiven for. I actually thought I was doing something that was right. I was going for the truth, and I didn't know the truth can make people dislike you.
Yeah,
That's
people
crazy.
people are scared of the truth. That's why people will rather live a lie than the truth. Let's keep it 100.
I mean, I told the truth. I went for the truth, and now I'm enemy number one. I'm like, wow, okay. So
Sorry, girl. It be like that, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying. Uh, that was interesting. That's just because I wasn't expecting that. You know, just telling the truth. You would rather be forgiven for telling the truth. So that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? I
Yeah.
just want to be forgiven for actually telling the truth. I went to go tell the truth, and that pissed off a lot of people in my family.
Oh my goodness. Well, Juice, I would have to say for a nice little segment for me and you, this was dope.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying?
It was dope.
I like to talk, so
Yeah, we covered a lot. You know, so hopefully the fans love this little 30-minute segment.
I
Hopefully
hope so too.
we gave y'all some reasons what to forgive and what not to forgive. So this is going to be live streaming this Thursday, 7 p.m. on all platforms. We're going to keep growing. My
Check us
girl
out.
Juicy, thanks for coming out, girl. We done the damn thing as usual.
Woo.
It's Honest Assholes, baby. It's the
Yes,
Messiah.
yes.
Let's get it.
Hey.